think about this.
Some people actually don't, think about it much because they're so focused on, there's so much that they have to get out on their own, right? They're like, but I wrote this song and that song, and I have to, get this idea out,
You know, that's probably not where my mindset is. Where I'm at is like, a lot of times I look up, like when I was doing Flowers for the Living with Harold, I'm like, how did I end up here? How do you guys even know who I am? Thanks for having me, So I don't think about collabs because I'm like, I don't even know.
Just happy to be in the room.
Right. Exactly. So, but, I would love to do something with Kendrick. I call her Queen Lily K. She's so dope to me. I have a huge fangirl crush on Lily K. She's just amazing.
She is.
And then the people that I am collaborating with, I'm happy to be working with them, with Harold and Larry. Did some work with Marquise Hill. So I'm just, I don't know. That's a very rambly answer, but that's the best I got for you, Carla.
Okay, that works for me. I will take it. So you have another project that you are now working on. Do you have a name for that project yet?
I do, but I can't say
Can't say it yet? Okay, so I'll put it this way. What can you tell me about the project? Because I'm eager to know. Whatever little pieces, little morsels you can give me right now, I will take.
Well, like I said earlier, it's pretty transparent. It is, like I said, a lot more musical, more so than a click track beat. There's chord changes and there's bridges and and the songwriting is a bit more personal, and it's conceptual. So my hope is that you can see the themes running through, similar themes running through all of the material.
And do you have an anticipated release for it yet, or is it too early still?
It's still a little too early. Hopefully this year, but I've got some other things kind of bubbling and in the works, so I just have to make sure that the timing is right. So just know that we're working on it.
Okay, well, I'm waiting for it. So no pressure. So
I wonder if K-Moon is listening. Trust me, K-Moon has put enough pressure on me for the whole city of Chicago. So is it coming out yet? Oh, okay, are you done yet? Or is it coming out yet? So.
Shout out to K-Moon. K-Moon's been commenting on all your posts, by the way, that I've mentioned you for the show tonight. So shout out to her.
K-Moon is so down, and I love her so much for her support. I mean, I met her through AM Abstract Mind she did a concert that benefited people who suffer with multiple sclerosis. And my aunt actually had MS, and so I felt closely connected to that cause. But ever since that concert, K-Moon has been rocking, and I really appreciate her for that. So, yes, shout out to K-Moon. I hope you're listening.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. I'm almost positive. So a few minutes ago, you mentioned working with Marquise Hill. And the third and last song we want to play of yours tonight is I Remember Summer. Give us a little bit of a summary about that one. Marquise
Hill is so insanely talented. He's another person that I'm just like, how do you even know who I am? Thanks for knowing my name. And he was playing with his black tech. I can't remember where, but I walked in and I heard that song, and I was just like, Marquise, this song is amazing. And he's like, oh, you think so? I said, yeah. He's like, let's write something to it. Let's get you on it. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So I just sat down and with Christopher McBride, who is a really incredibly talented saxophone player, alto sax, and we wrote "I Remember Summer." It's a love song about a love that perhaps has ended, but you remember the days that you were wrapped up in one another, and it's kind of whimsical. It's very colorful in terms of the writing, and I really like what happened with that song. I like where it ended up. That's what I'll say. Okay. And so I remember summer.
Okay, so let's let the listeners hear that as well. So we will be right back after a quick break. This is I Remember Summer with our guest tonight, Meagan McNeal. Be right back.
Birds were singing, flowers bloomed. You remember when it was a sunny day in June. I remember when willows were blowing in the wind, and you were my summer love.
that was I Remember Summer by Marquise Hill, featuring our special guest tonight, Meagan McNeal. You're listening to Support the Dope Radio, and we're back to continue the interview for the last part of the show, which makes me kind of sad. So I have to ask you, Meagan, with you having worked with two very dope musicians, with Marquise Hill and Larry Brown Jr., do you play any instruments?
I don't.
You don't? Do you ever wish that you did?
I play a mean triangle. That's about it. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, triangle.
I do wish, and one day I will eventually learn how to at least play piano or guitar. Mm-hmm. I used to take piano lessons when I was a really little girl. My family had me in lessons. They made the mistake of sending me to piano lessons on a bike. I got lost, and I just never went to piano lessons after that. So
that is hilarious.
I was like, I'm just gonna go home. And I never went back.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up sooner or later.
Yeah, because that's something that I always appreciated. Like I did take piano lessons, and I did learn a lot, but I never finished learning the way that I wanted to learn. Like I can only read, play with sheet music. I never learned to play by ear, and that's something that I've said that I want to accomplish at some point in the near future. But we'll see. I tell people I play clarinet all the time, but no one ever wants to hear that. So. It's gonna have to be a piano. They're like, we don't want a clarinet. No, hey, don't hate on the clarinet skills, okay?
Don't hate on the clarinet, okay? Listen.
Yeah, but we're gonna
need somebody to make it popular, make it cool.
Yeah, and for you, we're gonna hook you up with Earth St. James so he can show you how to play his tambourine, and that way you can play the tambourine and the triangle.
Man, I just have a whole little kit and caboodle band right there.
Right.
Earth is so dope.
Yeah. We all love Earth. He was our first guest on this season, so shout out to Earth if you're listening. Soul brother number one. But yeah, so I've so enjoyed having you on the show tonight. I hope you had fun.
I did. Thank you so much, so much for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I've been telling you we're going to do it. Every time I see him, I'm like, we're going to do it. I'm coming for you.
We made it happen.
Right. So I'm glad that we finally did that. And we'll be doing it again. So for our listeners that have tuned in tonight, can you tell everyone how to keep up with you and update with what you're working on?
Yeah, so Instagram is Meagan McNeal. That's MEAAAMEAGAN. McNeal, McNeal, and that's pretty much standard across all the social media platforms. It's just real simple because I just can't be remembering all of that, different names. So it's just Meagan McNeal for everything: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Though I'm never on Snapchat. My siblings are working with me on hipping myself to the chat.
I've actually refused to get on Snapchat, but I respect everyone else's Snapchat game because they're on that pretty thoroughly.
Sometimes it's fun. Maddox, my son, loves Snapchat, so he's like, "Mom, can we get on Snapchat?" And I'm like, "Maddox, just no." They
have really cool filters. I like their filters. Those are awesome. I just,
But I really am like somebody's grandma, so I'm rarely on the Snap. But yeah, that's the best way to keep in touch with me, and MeaganMcNealOnline.com, which we're working on rebranding or recreating. So yeah, but I've got some exciting things coming up, so I am happy to soon share them.
Yeah, we look forward to it. And of course, one question I like to always ask everyone